Jalen Graham doesn't play. Of course, Trevor Brazil doesn't play. Menafield also apparently hurt. We find out later. Short-handed roster. And the Razorbacks, they fight. They play hard. They end up losing on the road to the Mississippi State Bulldogs by a score of 71-67. This is Arkansas basketball recap. I'm Daniel Price. Let's take a price. We're going to break it all down for you. You know, I had to go back and watch the beginning of this game because they do that thing that drives me nuts where they don't give enough time. And then your game starts and you're 11 minutes into the game and you don't know like how you got to where you are, and where we are is down. That's what happened when I started watching it. And um, you know, this was a tough one because like this is one like you feel like you could have won this game. I'm going to tell you how you should have won this game. The one thing you have to change to win this game. I'll get into all that. But on a positive note, I was proud of the guys getting down and fighting and just being in the game, especially the whole second half, being just back and forth, being in the game. And then, Mark fouling out, Battle fouling out, and Battle was playing. I mean, he played 34 minutes and he fouled out, with a decent amount of time left. Um, you know, Not having guys available, I thought the guys really fought. Now I was at least I wasn't ashamed of them, and so like that was good. I felt proud of the way they fought. Mitchell played phenomenal. Felt like he really took the team on his back. I thought Battle played really well. I thought Ellis, he only scored 8 points, but I thought he played the point guard position well. Uh, I didn't leave. I was disappointed. I was bummed because I wanted them to win real bad at the end of this game, but I didn't turn the TV off rolling my eyes, which was a relief. And maybe that's not much, but it's something.
Yeah, I mean, I felt bad for those individual guys because they did play well, and they actually played well enough to win a game on the road against a decent team. And in the SEC, dude, I mean, that would have been a decent win. I
Yeah.
mean, any road win is, I mean, for this team especially, would have been significant. I mean, ultimately, there's no, you don't get any points for losing by two or winning by two. You know what I mean? Like the difference is you're still a loser. And I mean, we should mention that we did actually do a video for the last one,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
the
Sorry.
file got
We didn't just slack off on you guys. We recorded a whole video. Let me tell you, I think it was the best video we've ever done. I mean, it was probably the greatest
oh,
video you've
I
ever
don't think
seen.
so. It's probably the worst one.
But for some reason, YouTube were just rejected. The file was corrupted, and we recorded it late anyway. And so I don't know if we're gonna waste our time giving out the Tennessee route. That sucked. Tennessee's very good. We're not great.
Another terrible home loss. I mean, it was kind of a depressing video. I mean,
Yeah.
and all these videos are kind of starting to get the same because the season is, more or less not in doubt anymore.
Hey,
And
we're under 500 for the first time in the Musselman era. Hey, 12 and 13. It's not happened before.
yeah, and like I said, this game, I mean, like I said, I'm rooting for these individual guys so that they can, not have such a devastating season. You don't want anyone to have it come to Arkansas and have a really bad experience. Um, and they do like I agree with you. I mean, if you want to be positive, there's positive things as far as the team. They're moving on the offense this game. They look like a completely different team. They were moving the ball really
Dude,
well.
the pick and roll, like they run the pick and roll correctly. I mean, I was here for the pick and roll.
It was mostly I thought they just showed a lot of individual discipline and they didn't take bad shots.
Mhm.
They swung the ball. If they didn't have the shot, they didn't force it and they didn't over dribble. I mean, occasionally they did, but but like I said, I mean, this is still not a great team, and we kind of talked about this in the last one that no one will ever see, but it still holds true. And this team is, especially now that they're shorthanded, um, they are. if you are a great team like Kentucky or a very talented team like Kentucky, you can make a lot of mistakes and your talent can overcome those mistakes. And that's kind of like Kentucky's, MO for the last forever is they get a bunch of really young, talented guys and they drive Calipari absolutely insane, making all kinds of mental mistakes and defensive mistakes and silly things. But they're talented enough to still, get into the tournament every year because they just are that good. This team, and if you're a team that is like fundamentally absolutely smart and sound, you can take five guys that are not that talented. And if you don't make any mistakes, I mean, obviously it's impossible not to make any mistakes, but if you basically are completely mistake free on defense, no turnovers, you can beat a lot of teams that aren't as are more talented than you. Arkansas's problem is this group is middle of the road on almost everything. Offense, maybe a little less than middle of the road on defense, although today they did well, or at least better. And I actually even thought at times and during the Tennessee game they played okay defense. Some guys that didn't play better defense than they had been, but they make so many mistakes.
Yeah.
And this team is just not good enough to make up for missed free throws and missed layups and bad turnovers and stupid fouls. And this game wasn't as bad as some, and that's why the game was close. And honestly, I think we played all I think especially because they were at home, we played probably a little better than they did.
But
But
this is
we
what
made a few of our guys, and it was bad. I mean, Battle's fouls weren't maybe did we? I mean, it would have been so if we'd had Battle or Mark in the last 3 minutes, like we needed somebody, another scorer, and Mark's fouls, some of his fouls were really not smart.
here's the thing. So this is like a down to the wire game. We lose by 4, but this sounds weird, but it was closer than that. I mean, this was a one shot game. This was like that's what
Well, we
this.
had the advantage. We took the advantage in the final. I mean, with like what 40 seconds left, we were up by 2 with the ball, and they got a defensive stop, and then they scored, I think, a free
Yeah,
throw, and
hit a
they
three.
hit a three. They got up by 1. We still Makai Mitchell has a 4 foot,
Yeah,
not easy, defended flip in hook shot that would have given us the lead with like 20 seconds to go. And, I mean, they just didn't. I mean, it just didn't work out. It would have been nice. I mean, Devo made a little bit of a bad pass. I mean, we still had a chance because we still had a chance when they were, we have like 14 seconds and we were down by 3.
yeah.
Um, but like I said, I mean,
What if I told you this? What if I told you that going into this game that Mark was going to be in foul trouble the whole game? He was going to play 27 minutes and score 6 points. And would you think that we had a chance to win it at the end? I don't think so. Uh, so the other guys really played well. It wasn't a good night for Mark. He just didn't. I mean, he played 27 minutes, which is a decent amount of minutes, but he would have played more than that, obviously, if he wouldn't have been in foul trouble. And he was two
and
of
if
seven.
he had played, and honestly, like I said, these things build on each other. Mark being in foul trouble probably in some way contributed to Battle being in foul trouble. Not, I mean, because you got to assume, or even and Menefield too. Like if Menefield had been healthy, if you had had one more guy to just play 8 minutes and
Yeah,
stay Battle or Mark in some of those times, like you got to assume maybe one of those guys is still playing with 4 fouls in the last minute
yeah,
and can contribute to. I'm not saying you even need them to score, but you need somebody that's more of a threat to score to be out there to pressure the defense. You could tell nobody wanted to take that last shot. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like they
yeah,
were very hesitant and because Mark and Battle are your, go to like give me the ball scores. And I would even say Menefield is a type of guy that can put a lot of pressure on the defense and get you a better look.
yeah. Just because of his
But
speed. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, not having those 3 guys for the last 3 minutes hurt. And like I said, I think even the fact that Mark is in foul trouble, like that contributes to the fact that Battle's having to play more minutes, even though, like I said, you wanted him to because he played well. But you got to assume maybe if Menefield or Mark were playing some more minutes than they did, you might have somebody else on the floor at the end, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can. I mean, here's why you lost. You can talk about all that stuff.
Rebounds,
Yeah.
rebounds.
You
Yeah,
lost because
the second
Mississippi
chance.
State.
That's why I would say we played better than they did.
Well,
They
Miss,
had
dude,
twice as many chances as we did.
well, they had 17 offensive rebounds to our 8. We got out rebounded 27 to 42. That's why you lost. I mean, like, and I think in like basically every other aspect of the game, you played better than they did. But
Hmm.
I mean, what are you
It's
gonna?
hard to beat a team when they're getting three chances to shoot each time. Not each time, but there was more than 10 possessions where they had two, three, and sometimes four shot clocks.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, dude, we turned the ball over 8 times. I mean that's what you're looking for, dude. Eight
Hmm.
turnovers. I mean, like that's great. I mean, like that.
I
You're
really don't have any
net.
complaints on the offensive side of the ball this game. I thought they played well. I mean, they worked the
Yeah,
ball around. They missed some buckets that were where you were like, "Oh man, you got to make that."
I know Devo's left-handed, but like he had one layup where I'm like, you're
I know.
wide open on the right side. Why did you go reverse for no
Yeah,
reason?
that's what I'm saying. Those kind of things. But to be fair to them, Mississippi State did too. Mississippi State missed a few
Yeah,
bunnies, missed some open shots. So that kind of evened out. I still, like I said, I don't have any complaints about the offense this game. It was that de our rebounding was crazy. I mean, and to be fair to Mississippi State, they're a good rebounding team. They pursue the ball like crazy.
yeah, yeah. Talking about a couple of positive things, just for the sake of being positive. Um, how about Battle? 34 minutes, get you 18 points. Uh, thought Battle played really well.
Hmm.
I didn't I liked his shot selection.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, you could say some of these shots are kind of like circus shots. I mean, a few of them, and you might say someone, but they weren't bad shots. Most of the time when he threw it up there, it was like sometimes a scorer when they drive in, you can tell you're not know, but there's a really, really good chance I'm gonna get fouled. I've got my
Yeah,
guy out of position here.
yeah.
So I'm gonna chuck this up from the side or whatever because I'm about to get body checked out of bounds. And there's no problem with that. Those aren't bad shots. You know what I mean?
No,
Those are
no, no
good,
battles
good hard takes that are putting pressure on the defense
for sure.
and
Well, dude,
gonna get you to the line.
he scored 18 points and was 0 for 4 for 3. I mean, so I mean, to me, that's him playing really well. I mean, he goes
Mm.
0 for 4, and I, by the way, I didn't think any of his 4 3-point shots were bad shots. He didn't force any. He took open ones. He missed them.
Well, that's another thing I was going to
That's
say is
whatever.
I felt a little bad for Ellis because Ellis actually even did better than his numbers show because he actually had a couple of plays where he caught the ball and turned down what would have been a little bit of a forced look because this guy was running at him, did exactly what you should do, went around him because he used his
Hmm.
momentum, went around him, sucked the defense in and kicked it out. And he spoon fed a couple of guys some really good looks that they just didn't make,
Yeah.
you know, and
Well,
that's nobody's fault.
Ellis had that one like big time shot at the end of the game where he drove in, jumped 2 foot jump stop, went up, floater. I mean,
Hmm.
that's tough, dude. I mean, that's said that's tough. Uh, I mean, that's good stuff. I thought Ellis played good. Mackay, I mean, dude, Mackay has 21 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks.
How many
Mackay,
fouls did he have? Did he have four fouls at the end?
Mackay had 5 fouls. It says right here. Did he foul out? I guess he fouled out.
Oh, he fouled out on that at that last one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I thought Mackay played great.
That must have been at the was it that when
Yeah, I
he
think it was
fouled when
very.
he fouled that big guy?
Yeah,
That was actually a smart play.
yeah, it was.
Almost worked.
Yeah,
He saw that guy that had a bad shooting percentage and fouled me. I'm not sure if Muss loved it because, but I thought that was, and it actually that guy did miss. I think that was the one where he did miss, and we had still had a chance
yeah, yeah. No, I thought Mackay. I mean, Mackay's my player of the game. I thought Mackay played great.
for sure. Yeah, him. I mean, him in battle. I mean, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I think Ellis was important in this game too. Honestly, not to, I mean, but Devo is the player that like he is not, um, he has not taken a step forward this year. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He seems to be less effective on both sides of the ball than he was last year. And obviously a lot of that's probably the guys around him, but
Well,
I would,
he was guarding Hubbard some of the time, and I mean, Hubbard was roasting him. He hit that big three at the end, and like, I know he got screened or whatever, but like, someone needs to switch, or you need to fight through that screen harder. I don't know, whatever it was, but like something needed to happen there. But there, like, and I look, that guy looks like a hard cover, but I mean, we didn't have anybody that could stay in front of him.
mhm. Although, I mean, overall, the guys did do a better job of staying in front of
They
players this
did.
game than the past, for sure. But well, there's not a lot to say. It's a bummer, but
I liked the fight. I liked that they wanted to win. I mean, they know they're not going to the tournament. I liked that they wanted to win a game. I mean, it definitely didn't look like it. The encouraging thing is it didn't look like the Razorbacks had like have given up. They're still trying to compete and win games,
yeah,
So that's good. Um, I don't know what else to say about it. And do you win this game if you have Graham or Menafield or Brazil? I mean, it definitely doesn't hurt you.
yeah. No, I mean,
They had Tremont Mark playing the freaking power forward a lot of this game because they didn't have any choice.
well, and there was that one time where there was a chunk of time that Mitchell was out.
Yeah,
Mitchell might have even had. I mean, dude, I think if Mitchell hadn't gotten some foul trouble, he would have probably played the whole game.
yeah.
I mean, probably played it, but because I mean, he's played 30.
They didn't start him because we still won't admit that Makai Mitchell is the starting center on this basketball team for unknown reasons. I don't know why. We don't know that,
Dude,
but
I'm over trying to figure out what the heck Musselman's doing with this rotation. Like, I mean, based on like the way Battle play, I mean, I know Battle
I
hasn't
mean,
been playing good
dude,
defense, but
okay,
like,
okay, okay. Forget. Yes, battle. Are you starting Makai Mitchell next game at center? What's happened? Like why? Like, are you want to get out to a good start, or you do, or
he
you
didn't
don't?
he didn't start it.
I don't understand
He
what's going
didn't
on.
I know he didn't start him after he had a similar game a couple of games ago where he
Yeah,
had 20 points and
like, dude, like, does Mitchell? Let me ask you this question, Jake. Do you think Makai Mitchell starting at the five gives you the best chance to have a good start to a game?
yeah, but we don't need that because we always have good starts.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I
we
mean,
always start.
this game was the same as I mean, yeah, that's the thing is if you were like jumping out to good starts or something, but like yeah, we seem like we struggle. It feels like every game he doesn't start him, and then we struggle, and then he's like frustratingly like, oh, what am I? Like, get in there, Mitchell. This thing's falling apart. I was like, I don't get it either. Like, just what is going on? But whatever.
It's
I
like you don't start him, and then you're like, our physicality sucks. Get in there, Mitchell. And you're like, well, yeah, dude. Yeah. Like, just start him. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know either.
I don't know.
Are you a
A
little surprised Blocker didn't play more?
little bit. I mean, especially at this point in the season. I mean, like, you know, um,
Well, especially with guys in foul trouble. Like I can see if nobody was in foul trouble and you
yeah.
were, but like without Menafield and guys in foul trouble and Devo not playing like crazy good, like
I am surprised. I'm not surprised he didn't. I thought Ellis was playing good enough to keep playing. I thought, Battle was playing good enough to keep playing. Uh, yeah, I mean,
is
probably.
Blocker too short to play to stay Devo as the small forward?
I don't know. Like, I guess. I mean, Devo's 6'4". I don't. What is blocker? He's not 6'4". I know that. Maybe. I mean, combined with Ellis, who's,
Small. Yeah, it's just confusing because, like I said, I mean, we've been talking about this all year. I mean, I don't know if Musselman has like
but
a
but here's the thing, dude. A little bit, I don't care because like Blocker's a good rebounder for his size from the guard position. So like, I mean, I don't know. Does it hurt you that much to have Blocker out there? I mean, Blocker rebounds as well as any of the other guards.
well, that's what I'm saying is the thing that's so confusing about like Musselman's rotation this year has been so schizophrenic. I mean, every game, the one, I mean, it's one of the talking points that whoever's announcing says 27 different lineups this year, you know what I mean? Um and obviously, and it's not working. I mean, that's part of the reason, but there doesn't I cannot figure out what the reason or rhyme is. One game, Menafield will play 35 minutes and look like, oh, here's our point guard. And then the next game, he'll play 10 minutes. And the same thing with Blocker. Blocker's had games where he's played like 35 minutes, and then he won't even sniff the floor the next game. And then you have things like Mitchell
Yeah.
not starting when he's clearly the most solid anchor down low. And and some of it's like we've talked about this last game, but I'm surprised Pinion's not getting some minutes because like the season is over.
Yeah.
What is why not get these young guys that might have potential some time? And I mean, and maybe, but like I said, I mean, I'm not questioning Musselman's knows more about basketball than I'll ever know, but does maybe behind the scenes he already has it figured out what the future of the team is. But for us, we were talking about this last time, but it seems like
I mean,
with
I would really like, I think you'd be like, hey, I really want Blocker to not hit the portal. So like, I
well, that's
maybe
what I
throw
mean.
him
We were
out
saying
there.
with the transfer portal as a Hogs fan, it's not like it used to be in the 90s where it's like if this was a bad season, but you had a bunch of young guys and you're like, well, there's a lot of potential here, and these guys will be here for 3 or 4 years. And so I'm watching them to watch them grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm hoping to see them improve. So next year we can, have positive momentum going into the next year. With the transfer portal and the way things are now, it's like none of these guys may be here next year. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, we know a bunch of them won't be. And so it does feel like playing the freshmen, playing the local guys, playing some guys that you're trying to figure out. I mean, maybe Pinion is not a college basketball player, but he's a local guy that wants to play for the Hogs, and he's supposedly a really great shooter. The season's over. Let's see if he can play college ball.
Yeah.
Play.
Yeah. Or
I want to see. I
I
want to.
mean, honestly, even Bay Fall. I mean, like throw him out there, dude. I mean, I know he's skinny and all that kind of stuff, but like throw him out there. Let's do it.
Looks like a Disney cartoon character somehow.
Hey, I actually thought he played. I mean, he did that walk, which was a bummer. He didn't expect the ball right there and was like, "Oh crap, I got the ball." But I actually liked
Hmm.
what he did with it. I mean, other than the walk, the rest of it was like, man, you got to the rim from the free throw line real easy, didn't you, bro?
Hmm.
But defensively, I thought he was pretty good. Like they had him in that drop coverage. They were playing that zone. He's just hanging out in the post. Some dude tried to he just said, like, let me two hand stuff that in your face. Like, I was like, all right, like let him run, dude. Let's see it. Let's like, get him
And
some experience.
and maybe we're being too cynical. I mean, it's possible Muss is more delusional than we are. Like
Maybe.
that. I mean, because like the one announcer
He's
said
like,
this.
I gotta get this team playing better so we can make a run through the SEC tournament. Maybe. I mean, he's a competitive dude, man. Like, maybe so.
Yeah, I mean, he might be like, I still want to win every game no matter what. I'm not doing some kind of
Yeah.
personnel check, and I want to get good better so we can have a shot at winning running the SEC tournament. That just seems like so impossible. I mean, and dude, I'm a hopeful guy, but like,
Yeah.
I'm also a pessimist, but like at the same time,
No, I'm a hopeful guy, and I'm telling you that's not gonna happen.
this team they're not they're not that close.
No, not close
I
enough.
mean, they're close to winning a game here and there against a good team, but they're not that close to beating
Yeah.
Tennessee and
Yeah.
Auburn and Kentucky, and certainly not 5 of them in 5 days. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Which
Yeah.
so, but anyway,
All right. Well, we'll leave it there. We'll be back after the next game, break it down again. Hopefully this video uploads. I don't know what's going on with the last one, but hopefully
ooh,
you're
my
able to
lighting.
watch this one. Jake just got a solar flare right in his
Yeah,
face.
that's
But
probably what happened.
all right, bro. Well, woo pig. We're still here for it.
Yeah, we'll get them next year, guys.
That's right. Next year. See you guys.